What's up, guys? Welcome to No More Nonsense. I'm Italian, and I'm a little bit of a car and truck enthusiast in the very little bit of free time that I have. Well, actually, I'm an all-around motorsports enthusiast. And I have been ever since I was a little girl. Anyway, I just want to say that vehicles are absolutely one of the worst things that you could spend your money on today, especially if they're new. And I know what you're thinking, what the heck can I learn from this caveman? But I do think that these primitive strategies could help a lot of people out there. And they're not for everyone, but they are the most reasonable and applicable that absolutely anyone can employ. And hey, look, I'm not all that primitive. I mean, check out this goofy swimsuit. Yeah, aliens and mushrooms, expand your mind. I probably just dated myself there, but hey, my girl got him for me. She knows me so well. She loves me, and I love her. Alright, we got a little change of scenery because I gotta check the ball joints on this thing. Oh, the irony. But let's get right into the problem at hand and talk about a few ways to get around it, and also a couple benefits that having different skills can create for you. Because I really think that car payments are most people's introduction to a lifestyle of lifelong debt, payments, and constantly playing catch up. Now, I also have to say that in some situations it's necessary and it can help people to get ahead or create opportunities for them. But a lot of times these people are paying for exactly what they need, and that's when it can actually benefit you, if it can help you to get ahead. So let's start off with something that's been plaguing our society since like the 50s or 60s. It's that cars can be a status symbol. And by all means, in certain circumstances, it really can represent how well someone's doing. But remember, we also live in a world of credit. All that aside, it's really genius marketing from the manufacturers to get you to fall into a trap. So let's start off with 3 somewhat obvious reasons why cars are not a great thing to spend your money on, especially today. The first reason would be because it's a depreciating item, okay? They depreciate as you drive them, as they wear down, and just through time. As a matter of fact, they start depreciating from the time that you drive it off the lot. So spending your money on a depreciating asset is just never a good idea for your future, and it's never a good idea for your pockets. Number 2 is interest. Very obvious to a lot of people. At this point, you're paying more than something is worth. Okay, you're paying more money for something than it's actually worth. And in this case, it's a depreciating asset. So spending more money on something than it's worth while it's depreciating is really just a 1-2 blow to your odds of getting ahead. And the third reason is that cars are just downright expensive anymore. And it's because people don't really have any knowledge about them, so it allows manufacturers to kind of charge whatever they want because you need them, right? Come on, people, we got to do better. Get some knowledge. Put them on their heels. What am I really getting here? What's this really worth? A backup camera? Come on. But the thing is, they know how to market it. And I understand that we all have desires for, nicer things. I grew up in an era where every little boy's bedroom had a poster of an F40, a Diablo, or an EB110, in front of a sunset or some, retro colored reflective lake. Some of you But you gotta understand that it's all the small decisions that you make that add up to the big picture. And if you're constantly playing catch up for payments on your house and your car and your motorcycles and all your toys and all the things that you want, if you're constantly playing catch up, you're never gonna get ahead. So there's three of the most obvious reasons why vehicles are a bad investment. I wouldn't even consider them an investment unless it's some kind of rare classic car that is known to appreciate in value. But let's cover one more reason that's a little more hypothetical, alright? And this is something I can relate to because cars are not permanent. All it takes is one guy named Kenneth who's not paying attention to rear-end you in a completely custom-built vehicle that you spent a lot of time on yourself to completely destroy it and almost unsubscribe you from life. And hey, I hope that never happens to anyone else, but it is something to be aware of. It happens all the time. Accidents are a common thing. So what are some ways around falling into this trap and paying a lot more for everything that you own than you need to? The first way is as primitive as it gets. Don't spend money on what you can't afford. And look, I know that word afford means a completely different thing to pretty much everyone. So let's break that down a little bit, the word affordable and what it means. To most people who have fallen into this trap, affordable means that they're making enough money on a consistent basis to be able to make the payments on the things that they want to own. That's a trap. In my opinion, that's not what I would call affordable. To be completely honest with you, that's not most experts' definition of affordable. On the other hand, you have what you can literally afford to buy, and that's what is truly affordable. It's one of the greatest ways to not fall into the trap. Only buy what you can afford.
Yo, oh my god. Holy shit.
And here's proof that sometimes spending less doesn't mean that you're getting less.
Holy shit, yo. Oh my god, I wish I recorded that, dude. Real quick. Since we got the camera rolling. Check out this. Oh yeah, we're ready to eat.
Now, what affordable should mean, and what it did mean before we established a world of debt and credit, is that you buy exactly what you can afford. If you don't have the money for something, you don't buy it. And this strategy used today can really help you to get ahead, believe it or not, especially if you take it a step further. Now, if you wanted to double down and really begin to see benefits faster, you could do something similar to what I did, where the word affordability to me meant that not only could I buy it with the money or cash that I had on hand, but affordable meant that the money that I was spending on it wasn't going to affect me at all. And that might be a little extreme for some, but it really helped me to keep a lot of money in my pockets as I applied it to more things and create a lot more greater opportunities for me. And that's what I want for you, because your money is better in your pockets. And the interesting thing is that by the time I could afford to buy the Lambo from the poster when I was a kid, which was in my late 20s, I honestly had no interest in it anymore. I knew that my money would be utilized better somewhere else. And by that time, I was more interested in spending it on investments and things that would hopefully be able to allow me to buy my Lambo in an affordable to me, money spent that doesn't affect me in any way, in that type of manner. Would I ever buy one today? Maybe. The other ironic thing is, as I started to gain more skills, I started to realize that I could probably build something even better myself.
Pull that off. Tiny little hammer. Give it a couple light taps.
Which would make it that much more special. Which is another funny thing I want to talk about. Most people don't have anything special for their first cars, right? But everyone always finds a way to fall in love with their first car. Things grow on you. And that's another reason why you shouldn't really stress having the nicest vehicle or trying to play keep up. As a matter of fact, sometimes buying something a little older can teach you a lot that can create even greater opportunities for you. Which is what I want to bring to you, okay? Actual examples of progression and how happy you could be without ever having to worry about having the newest or hottest or most expensive items. And I have another great little example for you right here, actual examples. I don't just want to run my mouth like all these gurus. I want to show you actual examples from actual footage that I take. And this is a great little example right here. I never even wanted this thing. I just bought it as an extra little four-wheel drive. Pretty much a recovery vehicle if I ever got stuck in the woods in my other truck and none of my friends had a vehicle that could come get me out. I could ring them up and say, hey, go pick up this thing, find me, these are my coordinates. I need a tow, but even this thing started to grow on me. And you know, because of certain skills that I had, I was able to put some nice big tires on it so I can at least do some basic off-roading and find other trucks in the woods, find me in the woods. I did that little job. And as I started modifying it and making it my own a little bit through the skills that I exercised, I started to enjoy it more. And I started to add some little pieces of things that kind of represent me. You know what I mean? Nothing special. It's all stuff that I like. You know, that little nice juice. Never mind. It's guy stuff. Beard stuff. Long, big, 4-braided beard stuff. Some people might not understand. Anyway, my point is, you're probably gonna love whatever you have. Okay, you even see this from the snobbiest and most successful people. Even they will say about the things that they own that this is the best thing that they've ever had. And most of the time it's just because they have it. You'll see different people of the same caliber who all have different opinions. Like I said, we all pretty much love our first car no matter how beat down it is because it represents the freedom that it can bring. Seriously, not really worrying about having the top dollar thing can create so many more opportunities for experiences.
I think you popped your exhaust. Yeah, your exhaust is definitely loose. Yeah.
It can really create the opportunity for you to experience more than just having a nice car. And even with a lot of this stuff, I mean, it's not the newest stuff and not what many modern people would consider the nicest, but once I applied my skills to a lot of these things, they became exactly what I wanted and exactly what I needed.
Nobody left on the water, the sun's going down. It's really a special time. Come on, to get any better, I mean, look at this. Intercoastal's nice and calm, barely any boats left. That's right, that is the moon. That is the moon, baby. We got the moon, we got the sunset, we got the fun.
And not all of these are mine, but these hands did build everything that you see here, including this structure, this garage, every block, every beam, every piece of wood, the stairs, the second story, the concrete pad that we're walking on right now. 07. Goodness, I cannot believe that was almost 20 years ago. But this place, these skills have created the opportunity for me to build a lot of the things that you see here and that you'll see in the video, which gets me to the very last point. This little thing has grown on me, and I'd love to use it as a practice or test to do a paint job. I think it's time, and it deserves it.
Hey, yo, Ricky Bobby, you want a drag race?
Shit is gonna blow up, dude.
Just to that curve.
We're gonna race.
I'll keep it in rear wheel. Ready? Set, go!
It's been a cheap little vehicle that I haven't had to care anything about for a couple years now, and I think it's time to start actually making it nice. So I'd love to hear some ideas. I do like to dabble with a little bit of paint work, so maybe we can come up with something creative and different and turn this raggedy, dusty little thing into something that's worth looking at and something that'll really turn people's heads. I've done it before, and I'm happy to do it again with you guys by my side. So drop a comment below and let me know what you guys would think about turning this thing into something awesome. Don't forget to check out my website, grab some merch to support me. You could win a little toy of your own. Just head over to nomornonsense.org to see how to make this little thing yours. It's simple. For the price of a t-shirt or a hoodie, you could be entered to win this, your own street legal mini moto. Or some cash, do it your way, whatever you want. But I love to give back, and I appreciate all of you watching me here now. And hopefully I've provided some valuable knowledge. A lot of it might be obvious, but I just wanted to break it down in a straightforward, obvious way, I think we all get a little caught up in the ads on TV, from the things that we see on the internet, and from some of the pressures of society. But I really think that it's worth it to just be yourself and don't worry about that. We all have something unique and special to bring to each other. And your happiness lies within you. If you don't know who that is, find yourself. You won't have to find me, because I'm right here and I ain't going far. Much love and many blessings. And of course, remember, we're all part of each other, and we all need each other to be whole. I really appreciate your support, so if you made it this far into the video, thank you. Make sure to check out a couple more.